This, right before this stage, is when we, as naturopaths, as people who practice natural cure, get our most patients. People who have been completely rejected by the medical community. That is when a lot of people turn to us and they say, hey, Ranjan, what do I do? I tell them, we're going to do the same thing that I told you 3 years ago. Are you ready for it? And at that point, out of desperation, they are ready for it. And they will try everything exactly as you tell them. And even at that point, your body can recover. Even if you've pushed it to the deathbed, if you do the right treatments, you change your life once and for all, you reverse all the damage that you've done. Sometimes it can be very, very quick and miraculous because there is not a complicated process that your body goes through. It's very simple. The body works in very, very simple mechanisms. Toxins get stored in the body. When you start doing detoxes, these toxins get removed and your body can regenerate itself. So from a degenerative disease, through the practices, we bring it back to chronic symptoms. And from those chronic symptoms, we bring it back to acute symptoms. And once it comes to a stage of acute symptoms, then it is very easy, once again, to treat the body. So this is how nature cure works and natural cure works. And this is the power. There are many books, some of which are here. The power of fasting. This was written, not even in India. They're written in the West by many amazing German naturopaths and things like this. The power of fasting. So one of the greatest tools we have is fasting. But we must know how to do it properly so that we don't hurt our bodies. We don't go into some kind of premature death. One of the big things, let me tell you guys, while fasting, never, ever, under any circumstance, can we take any kind of allopathic medication. Absolutely no antibiotics. Fasting and antibiotics are a recipe for death, instant death within a few days, right? So we must not combine various treatments. If we are doing natural cure, we must only and only do natural cure. We must not have any homeopathic medicines, must not have any allopathic medicines, and probably not even Ayurvedic medicines. So whichever system we are following, it is best to follow the principles of that system completely, deeply, and devotedly with dedication, right? So today was the explanation of fasting. And during that fast, when we are in that state, is when we start getting the space as food in our body. The Akasha Tattva. Tattva means element. This is what we get in our body when we do a fast. And it is always good to do a fast under the guidance of a trained natural practitioner, natural physician, or a natural hygienist, as we are called. Without that, we might face certain challenges. When we start doing a fast, the body goes immediately, for many people, into acute states, as in immediately you'll get a fever. Immediately you might start having diarrhea. Immediately you might start getting a cough or flu-like symptoms or a cold or whatever. At that time, it's important not to panic and to know exactly what's going on. And no matter how much we know, if we haven't seen it in our lives, there is a tendency to panic. That's not a weird thing. We are human. We are all programmed in certain ways. We've all been raised under certain traditions. And it is natural for most of us to panic when these things happen if we haven't seen it happening before. As often the analogy is given of childbirth. If you see a woman screaming, you don't know what a child is, what childbirth is. If she's screaming bloody murder and you don't know what's happening, her belly is swollen, she looks like she's gonna, being possessed by something, you might panic. But if you know what's happening and you know she's giving birth, you might not panic. So similarly with everything else, when you're going through deep cleansing, deep states of trauma healing, it does look scary sometimes. I have seen people, like I said, shouting, screaming, crying, abusing people who have abused them in their treatments, to finish those experiences, that it looks scary sometimes. But you as the practitioner are obviously not scared. It's what is natural and what's happening is good. You're happy that they're doing this stuff, which is why I said when we get the fever, they used to clap in the house. Yay, we've got a fever. We're going to heal. You're going to be fine. If you don't have a fever, that's going to be a problem, So it's completely a different way of looking at things. When do you know people celebrating when you get a fever, or people, really happy when somebody has a fever? You say, oh, you have a fever. That's really bad. You must do something about it. You should take some medication. Let the fever go at least. Absolutely incorrect. That's a surefire recipe of getting sicker. So once again, let me reiterate that we must do these things with a lot of knowledge. It is not important to know the practices. It is very important to have the background knowledge, which is why I speak so much to enlighten you with the knowledge. When you hear the knowledge, it makes sense to you, you accept it, and then you can do it. When we do things in resistance, the body does not work. It does not work like that. You must have full confidence in what you're doing. You must have full belief in what you're doing. Only then does the body actually respond miraculously. And as my great teacher in pranic healing, Master Choa Kok Sui, used to say, all miracles are in accordance with nature. We might not know about it because we don't know how nature functions, most of us. It does not have to take months and years for things to get better. It depends on how deep you go with the treatment. Just like I explained fasting, every single aspect of what I'm going to teach you has many, many, many subtle nuances. And if you don't follow the subtle nuances, then it might require a lot more time. If you do follow everything to the T, exactly as you are told, then there is a chance of very quick and very miraculous results, right? So this is what I invite you guys to do, is to follow everything in depth. Shallow level diving into any concept gives you shallow results. A deep dive into any subjects then gives you the pearls from the depths. The pearls can come out and you can use those pearls and string those pearls and make a beautiful necklace out of it. And each and every one of these things I'm giving you is a pearl. And as of course the great statement goes, we are not throwing pearls to swines. Most of the people listening to this kind of stuff are very, very highly evolved beings. And you have innate wisdom, which is not your logical mind, which is not the intellect, which is not the ego. This is the innate wisdom of your human spirit, which is encased in this beautiful soul, which is here sitting with me right now. This is who you are. You're shining bright lights, each and every one of us. And we have that capacity to get everything intrinsically and instantaneously. This is the power that we all have. We don't need to go around and round and round the block a million times to get something. We can get everything in the snap of a finger, instinctively, instantaneously, intrinsically. So, thank you so much today for this opportunity for me to share this wisdom of the ancients, wisdom of my ancestors with you.
Water high, 5 elements, that's all we need to heal ourselves, to plant the seed. Draw the nature cure way back to the source. Breathe in the light, let life run its course. Flow with the earth, let the spirit stay. We're healing through nature, the nature cure away. Two kinds of food that feed the soul, subtle and gross to make us whole. Ether, air, and sunlight shine. Water and earth, the roots divine. Eat from the garden, drink from the vine. Let your rhythm match the divine. Fruits and greens, the body's gold. The secret's ancient, you never old. Draw the nature cure way back to the source. Breathe in the light, let life run its course. Flow with the earth, let the spirit stay. We're healing through nature, the nature cure away. balance in peaceful ways. Move your body, rest your soul. Find your purpose, make life whole. Fasting is feasting on ether's breath. Peace in the body, no fear of death. Cleanse the mind, cool the flame. Let balance and joy be your aim. Rather than nature, cure way back to the source. Breathe in the light, let life run its course. Flow with the earth, let the spirit stay. We're healing through nature, the nature cure away. Rather than nature cure. Positive thoughts, peaceful rest. Work with your passion, give your best. Through nature's rhythm we find our way. We heal, we live, the nature cure way.